My journey today begins on the road to Ekpe, about 2 hours out of the city of Lagos, Nigeria. The town surrounded by lush forest and the Lagos Lagoon. It was established in the mid-18th century as a port and serious trading point for diverse agricultural products, fish in particular, green vegetables, coconuts, rubber, cocoa and firewood. Once referred to as the Monkey Forest, Ekpe has been a land of refuge for an ousted king, a landing point for British troops, and a place where blood was spilt in intertribal war. Notably, home to the governor of Lagos State and some 191,000 other people. This expanding town has a rich history, and our target today is a busy Oluwo market. Now it's time to explore, eat, and make new friends on Food Journey. Entering the actual town with its quaint, refreshing feel was really relaxing. Don't get me wrong, it's busy, but there's no formality here, and a beautiful close-up view of the lagoon. Early journeys down the lagoon, and enthusiastic swimmers enjoying a cool morning dip in the water. We're here early at the market because we want to witness the fish arriving for distribution. But to our surprise, we're treated to the rare sight of a live monitor lizard, destined for sale in the market. I kept my distance, believe me. We've just arrived here at Oluwo Market in Ekpe, a popular fishing market and a hub for a lot more than fish distribution. This place is really picturesque. There's a serenity here, a feeling like you've really got away from the stress of the city. These fresh waters here have been fished for centuries. But this is where it all really happens. This is where it starts. This point where I'm standing is where all the fishermen are going to come in. It's very peaceful here right now. The market comes alive around 11 o'clock. And in the lull, market sellers just simply wait. Some close to the jetty, and others making sure their money's right. And the power brokers take their place by the waterside. Despite the wait, there is some action. And even this little guy wants a good look. And so do I. Catfish, which have been caught in the muddy waters, are being stored in baskets right in the water for sale. Wow. Ah, these are huge. Look at that. Can I pick one up? I'm a bit afraid of them, but let me see. I have to do this because it's very slippery.
Yeah, hold it like this. Hold this very well.
Ah, I did it. Look at that. Beautiful silver. That's enough. Here, look at this. Come and see these fish. This is enormous. That fish could feed at least 20, 30 people. I've never seen anything so big in my life. And you caught that here in this water? Yes. Right here. Can you hold that up for us one more time? This is just unbelievable. I want people to see that there are fish in our local waters that are this big. Hi, fish. You're going to be in someone's pot. There's a definite song and dance which goes with each sale. Sometimes the music is soft and sometimes not. You can't jump on the first price. It has to be drawn out and negotiated. So each party feels that they've come out of it fair and square. It's lovely to watch.
Mama.
As predicted, things started getting livelier, noisier, with more heated debate. Back at the jetty, the fishing canoes had started coming in. Women began to bring in baskets full of fish. So right now you can see a boat is coming from the distance and it's bringing fish. You're not actually going to be able to see the fishermen. This is sort of like a double deal. The fishermen take the fish to the village. Women buy the fish from the fishermen and bring it to shore here where it's resold again in the market. And if we look around, we can see people from all nationalities scampering to get the fish. This is quite exciting. There's a great anticipation and a few moments of silence as all eyes are trained on the catch and tongues poised for haggling. I can see catfish of all sizes. I can see crayfish, live crayfish. I'm going to step out of the way and let the women do what they need to do. I wanted to ask one of the customers a few questions. I see you came all the way to Oluwo Market to do some fish buying.
Yeah.
What are you buying today in the market? What are you interested in?
This market, you can see different kind of the fish. So we will see which one is better now.
Okay, fantastic. Where are you from?
From China.
I see you're speaking with a very Nigerian accent. You
I'm
must have been here for a long time though.
No.
You haven't? You sound like you've been here.
I just come here.
Really? Oh, I see. You already sound like a local.
Okay.
So you're going to buy some catfish today?
Yeah.
Great. Just for personal eating, or do you have a restaurant or?
We have the restaurant.
Aha, okay. So fresh produce is very important to you.
Yeah.
Excellent. You're going to find a lot of it here. Amid this, my host, the elegant and gracious head of the market and chief, Mrs. Folashade Ajikutu, came to meet us for our tour. Down the narrow alleyways of the market, we inspected the morning catch from the lagoon. Everything was larger than life, a sign of abundance in this land and prosperity and luck amongst those who fish. So some of these fish I've been seeing in the market are enormous. What is this fish called, this particular one?
Ejaoson.
Okay. And what occasion is this fish usually eaten?
It's good for wedding.
For weddings.
In Yoruba land.
I see. Fantastic. There's a fish over here we have to look at. This one is so big that they put it in a bathtub.
This one is alive. It's the same fish.
It's the same fish.
Yeah.
So some people like to buy their fish live or like to see it live.
Yes.
And then how is this fish killed, for instance, when somebody wants to buy it? Do they knock it on the head?
Yes.
Okay. They're beautiful. Look at the way the fins are rippling in the water. Can you?
Yeah.
You're not afraid of that?
Yeah,
Let me hold you.
Okay.
Oh my, look at that. It's actually a beautiful fish. You can imagine how fast it must swim in the water because it's so streamlined. Thank you. Fantastic.
1,000.
Incredible. Turn your eyes away if you're squeamish. There's a lot of blood here. But it couldn't get any fresher than this. Very exciting to see this produce. When you've now cut the fish, do you hang it to bleed, to let the blood come out, or
No,
just
I want to kill it.
okay?
When we kill, then we cut the neck
Right,
like this.
and it's got scales.
Yes. We comot the intestine.
Okay,
I don't come out this one. This one never come out.
okay.
It's scale fish.
Yeah. Show us how it's done. I see. Wow. Look at that. Can we have a look at what you're using?
Yes.
Ah, that's sharp. You can see that this has been used for some tough fish because some of the metal has even been bent. Amazing. You have to use some power. Okay. Well done. There's some crayfish here. Come a little closer, you can see that some of them are still alive. Some of them are moving. Look at this one, trying to escape. And the lady here is peeling them, so you can buy them pre-peeled or you can take them home and peel them yourself, I guess. I love these. I'm going to step over here and have a look at these snails. These are land snails. Have a look and see. They're clinging to one another. They're very slow, very slimy, but delicious. There's his head there. There's his little antenna coming out. And back, stick him back on. Whoops. There you go. And you'll find that if you watch them, they sort of try to escape. You might find one climbing on the woodwork later. I love snails too. Folashade wanted to take me to a special part of the market. So now we're in a different section of the market altogether where you can find meat. And when I say meat, I'm talking about meat that you can see what you're buying. For instance, here we have an antelope that's going to be in somebody's pots today. And here we have some bush dog. Really? My goodness. Is bush dog a popular meat?
Yeah.
Really? People like that?
You can see before you left.
Okay. And this here, more antelope. Deer.
Yeah.
Wow, this is fresh. So this is venison.
This is deer. This is grass cutter.
Aha. What's the name for this one? A pangolin.
And this pangolin.
Oh, it's a pangolin. It's not an armadillo. And it rolls itself up to protect itself.
You can see life one of this.
Fantastic. And all of this will go today.
Yeah.
They'll sell everything.
Yes.
Incredible. We've got something that I'm very afraid of, but I'm going to touch it only because it's dead. It's a snake. It's a python. Python are prized for their beautiful skin. I didn't know people ate that in this part of the country. Incredible. Incredible array of fresh game. This grass cutter is enormous. My goodness. I'm kind of in awe and sort of shocked by this all. I'm not used to seeing these animals in this state. As an animal lover, I kind of have mixed emotions about what I'm seeing. But I don't mind seeing them in the pot. I'm really taken aback seeing this monkey. Actually, it makes me feel really sad. And as I'm getting deeper and deeper into this whole game area, you know, I'm getting a bit emotional, especially when I see scenes like this. In fact, the monkey kind of looks like he's resting. I hope he's in monkey heaven right now. Moving on. Wow. I'm just in awe of this. I've never seen anything like this up close and personal. And here we have just, I think, plain old rats. You can see they've got quite sharp teeth. Madam, you call this one rabbit?
Yes, we used to call it rabbit.
But it's a rat. It's just kind of a cute and cuddly name for a rat. You know, I didn't even know that this was eaten. It is eaten. And it can be eaten the same way as bushmeat.
And it's very sweet.
So people are going to take this and then go and smoke it or do what they want with it.
you can buy it here now. They will smoke it here for you. Yes.
Smoke it right here.
Yes.
I think we're going to go and see the smoking section of the market, which I'm really interested in. And of course, these animals also have huge jaws for killing their prey. And not to talk about the claws. I think this guy needs a manicure. My goodness. I'll definitely have to do some research. I'll have to do some research into how these animals are prepared and in what kind of soups. I can only wonder. This has been an experience. Okay, so now we're going to go all the way up to the top now to a different section of the market where we're going to be able to see some of the smoking techniques, which I'm really particularly interested in today. Let's go. This is the smoking section. There's lots of wood piled up for that purpose. We keep going. Good morning. Good morning. How is everybody? The deer that we saw earlier on now comes here to be smoked and then cut into pieces. So you can see the outside is really quite transformed. Down here we can see this young boy is scrubbing with sort of a steel wool pad. It is an essential part of the process to remove the hair and guts of the freshly killed animal for the next stage. This lady is in charge of the smoking in this section, and she's going to tell me a thing or two about how she does her smoking process. The necessity of living a nomadic existence in days of old, seeking new lands for settlement and searching for food, meant taking sustenance in preserved form. It was about ensuring that for prolonged periods of time you had access to food. Smoking, drying and salting, pickling, preserving in oils and honey are just some methods employed. Traditional hot smoking is what we're being shown here and is most common in this region of West Africa. So I'm here with Sarah, and this is her smoking operation, and it's very, very hot here. In fact, my eyes are stinging from the smoke. If you look, you can see a variety of some of the meats that we saw when they were in their freshly killed state. We've got the pangolin, we've got some of the bush dog, and the antelope is also here. And we have some smoked fish. I'll go ahead and pick one up. This is smoked catfish. Yes. And I want to ask Sarah to just explain to us the process that goes on here. She's telling us that she first puts the meat into the big pot to boil, and when it's boiled, she now takes it off and puts it directly onto the smoker. This is a pangolin. We saw this when we were looking at actually the freshly killed pangolin in the other part of the market. And I'm just going to ask Sarah, how long does it take for this pangolin to get dry? Tell us about the pangolin. Okay, and we've also got fish here. Let me just pick up one of these, a couple of these. It's hot. Okay, this is a catfish. And how long does it take for this one to get dry? It's very dry. Sarah has told me that this pangolin will take about 2 or 3 days to become completely dry, the way the customer would want it, and the fish about 2 days. So that's a long process of smoking that's going on. Sarah's told me that this hot smoking technique is the only technique that's used in this market or in this area. And ever since she was a small girl, this is what she's known. Thanks, Sarah, for showing us all of this. I want to buy some of your smoked fish to take back with me to Lagos. This trip has been really eye-opening and enabled me to think beyond the food I receive or serve on a plate. It gave me a reason to relish explorations beyond the familiar and connect with something much deeper. A renewed respect for the human machine driving our basic necessity to nourish ourselves and our loved ones. I'll be returning here for sure. Next time on Food Journey, I'll be showing you how innovation and dedication can produce incredible pleasure on a plate. See you there!